Yo, what up? This is Pixel Season. Welcome back. So, I finally added the Batocera mod to my Marvel Superheroes Countercade. Well, I did it a few weeks ago, but I've been messing with it and trying a few games out. Just know that it is a process. And I was able to download 400 games that came with this custom mod. And here I wanted to make a video for you guys where I go through the list of each game. We start off with MAME, so I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna speed it up. You guys can slow down the video or pause it just to go through the list and see what kind of games are included with the mod. So besides MAME, we go into FB Neo, where we have most of our fighting games, beat 'em ups, shoot 'em ups, sports games. And one thing I realized is that most of the games here are graphically impressive. And like I mentioned before, this is a process, and I think I could have done it much faster if I would have coughed up the $10 that Mega requires you to pay in order not to be limited of the certain amount of data you get to download. So I did it in a span of 3 days, which in reality you can do it in a day and a half, maybe less, but you do have to be around your computer most of the time. So in my case, after you do the mod, you flash it, and then it requires you to validate it. I kept getting errors saying my image file was corrupt. But plugging it in, I still had the games. 400, not the thousands, but I had 400. I went on Discord and they told me that that's normal. This is the USB I went with that I'm currently using. This is the original USB that I did the mod. It's a longer stick. It wiggles. Not great. I recommend you guys getting one of these shorter sticks. It has a tighter fit. No room for wiggle. And I say that because with the other USB stick, it would throw off my mod. You know, when I would turn it on, I wouldn't get the images, I wouldn't get the descriptions, I wouldn't get demo gameplay. I had to re-download it every single time, and that stopped once I changed to a shorter USB. So I suggest you guys, again, get the shorter USB. So this is our first sample, so you guys can get an idea of how these games run with this mod. And we're going with the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. And to me, this game played very well, no issues. Arcade perfect. Although I did try Turtles in Time, that game did feel a little slow at times and had minor sound issues. I also played The Simpsons. That one, same issues as Turtles in Time. And I did try Metal Slug. The downside on that is that we get the censored version, but overall the games play well. So now we're jumping into the FB Neo to try out some fighters. Street Fighter Alpha 2. This one feels a little bit slow. Not too slow though, but just minor. And I mean, besides that, it plays pretty good. I did try Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter through the mod, and those games did feel slow and had sound issues. But if you want to play those games, if you have the Marvel Super Heroes Countercade, you can easily just remove the mod, take out the thumbstick, and it reverts back to stock, which is great, and that's the reason why I wanted this. And like they say, if it has a screen, you can run Doom. We get Ultimate Doom as well as Doom 2. And these are excellent ports. A little interesting playing it on joystick and buttons instead of a mouse and keyboard or controller, but the game is very fluid, very smooth. This is just an excellent port. With the 32X, we get only 2 games, Mortal Kombat 2, Virtual Racing Deluxe. I wanted to try out Mortal Kombat 2. And the game plays very well, just like how we know. It feels right at home with the joystick and buttons. The only thing is that you gotta kind of get used to the mapped buttons that they laid out. So now we're moving to the PlayStation, and we get a variety of games. I went ahead and tried out Mortal Kombat 4. You know, the gameplay's great. The only thing we got to deal with is the loading times, and it's very pixelated. But excellent port. I did try MK Trilogy. Works great. Just doesn't have any background music, so it's a quiet game. MK3, I did try it. It's almost arcade perfect, aside from the loading screens. I did have an issue with slowdown, and also the game would crash. But I noticed that it would crash when I was using my longer stick before switching to this much shorter one. And like I mentioned before, I know the wiggle issue plays a huge factor. So if you want to exit the game, you hit player 1, player 2. It'll take you straight to the main menu, the interface. Now if you want to shut down, you press the start button, player 1, quit, shut down, yes, and that blank screen. That's your window to shut off. So, do I recommend this mod? Yes. Just know that it is a process, a little bit of time consuming, and I will link all the videos that I used in descriptions. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the video and made it all the way through. Hope you guys found it helpful, and with that said, this is Pixel Seas signing off.